Slinky Dog in Toy Story was well known as a yes man for Woody. On the day of Andy's birthday party, when all the other toys were in a panic, Slinky stood up for his hero and leader. Perhaps one of the best cartoon movies ever, it's hard to believe it has been over 25 years since it came out. Cartoon yes men are funny and entertaining, but cartoonish yes men in the business, political, and religious world are dangerous. In 2015, I retired from a corporation where the yes men were taking over and differing opinions were not welcomed. I can attest firsthand to the negative impact it had on the work culture with its pressure to conform. It was anything but funny. However, one of the funniest yet tragic examples of the yes men mentality was during the days of Ahab and Jehoshaphat in the Old Testament. In 1 Kings 22 and 2 Chronicles 18, the two kings had joined forces to go to war against Syria. Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah and a faithful believer in God, insisted that they hear God's word from a prophet before going to battle. Ahab, king of Israel and an unfaithful pagan, called for his prophets, and the whole group spoke with one united voice. Go up, for the Lord will give it into the hand of the king. 1 Kings 22, verse 6, and 2 Chronicles 18, verse 11. They were yes men to a man. Jehoshaphat saw it for what it was, and promptly asked if there was a real prophet of Yahweh available. So Ahab reluctantly sent for Micaiah, but complained that he wasn't a good yes man. When Micaiah came, he was warned by the head prophet to go along and be a good yes man, so he did. But Ahab knew he was being mocked and asked for the truth. When Ahab got the truth, he was angry because it was a hard message that the battle would be lost and Ahab would die. And despite knowing his prophets were phony yes men and the lone dissenting voice was speaking the truth, Ahab and Jehoshaphat, shockingly, listened to those who said what he wanted to hear, went to battle, and died. This mentality of seeking yes men can impact all of us in tremendously negative ways. When we look for answers, do we only use sources we know agree with our previous conclusions, or look for dissenting voices? When we study God's Word, do we stick to the echo chamber or venture out where our thinking can be challenged? When we seek leaders, do we only choose from those we know we can work with and leave out those who might not always agree with our predetermined decisions? Yes men don't speak for God. So, do we open our minds and hearts to hear Him, or only listen to those we know will say yes to what we've already concluded? Spiritually speaking, one is the path to life, the other to death. Which will you choose? Thank you for watching Morning Minutes in the Bible on An American Missionary. Until next time, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.